I'm NJ here. Welcome to English speaking class. Guys, girls, my students, Assalamu alaikum. My viewers and students, today we are going to view the use of phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are commonly used in speaking. These are of great importance. These are used in speaking as well as these are taught in academic institutions. Let's start our lesson, and we see that these phrasal verbs are used in commonly spoken sentences. The first first one is flick on, flick on, flick on. Flick on is the first phrasal verb. Flick on means to switch on some electric device, to switch on some electric device or machinery. So the phrase is Matt flicked on the lights, Matt flicked on the lights, Matt flicked on the lights, Mark flicked on the lights. मार्क ने बत्तियां जला दी, मार्क ने लाइट्स जला दी. मार्क फ्लिक्ड ऑन द लाइट्स, मार्क फ्लिक्ड ऑन द लाइट्स, मार्क ने बत्तियां रोशन कर दी. फ्लिक ऑन मीन्स टू स्विच, to switch from the electricity, to move the switch, run the electricity. बिजली को चलाने के लिए स्विच को ऑन करना, स्विच को चलाना. to switch on, run the electricity. So Mark flicked on the lights, Mark flicked on the lights, मार्क ने बत्तियां जला दी. मार्क flicked on the lights, मार्क ने रोशनियां जला दी, मार्क ने बत्तियां जला दी. मार्क फ्लिक्ड ऑन द लाइट्स, मार्क ने लाइट्स जला दी, मार्क ने लाइट्स रोशन कर दी. मार्क फ्लिक्ड ऑन द लाइट्स, फ्लिक्ड ऑन to switch on, to move the switch on, to run the electricity. Move the switch on to run the electricity means flick on. So Mark flicked on the lights, Mark flicked on the lights, मार्क ने बत्तियां रोशन कर दी, मार्क ने बत्तियां जला दी. Let's see the next phrase. Next is flick through, flick through, flick through. Flick through means to go through, to read some digest, to read some magazine. Flick through. Flick through means to read out, to read some magazine, to read some digest. So Nile flicks through the sun. The Nile flicks through the sun. Sun is a newspaper. Nile flicks through the sun. Nile sun newspaper. Sun अखबार पढ़ता है. Nile flicks through the sun. Nile sun अखबार पढ़ता है. Nile flicks through the sun. Nile flicks through the sun. Nile sun अखबार पढ़ता है. Flick through is also a beautiful phrasal verb. Flick through means to go through, to read some digest or magazine or some book, to read some book, some magazine or some digest. So Mark flicks through the sun. Mark flicks through the sun. The sun is a name of a newspaper. So Mark sun अखबार पढ़ता है. Mark flicks through the sun daily. Mark flicks through the sun daily. Mark रोजाना sun अखबार पढ़ता है. Mark flicks through the sun. Mark flicks through the sun daily. Mark रोजाना sun अखबार पढ़ता है. It's a beautiful phrasal verb. आइए अगला phrasal verb देखते हैं. Get out of, get out of, get out of, get out of, get rid of. To avoid something, get out of, avoid something, to avoid something, to refrain from something. Hey, get out of her face. Hey, get out of her face. Hey, get out of her face. अरे उसके मुंह मत लगो. Hey, get out of her face. Hey, get out of her face. Hey, get out of her face. अरे उसके मुंह मत लगो. Get out of, to avoid somebody, to refrain from somebody, to avoid somebody, to refrain from somebody. किसी से मिलने से इंतजाम करना. Hey, get out of her face. Hey, get out of her face. Very beautiful phrase. Hey, get out of her face. अरे उसके मुंह मत लगो. अरे उसके मुंह ना लगो. Hey, get out of her face. Hey, get out of her face. अरे उसके मुंह ना लगो. Let's see the next phrase. Next phrasal verb is look alive. Look alive. Move quickly. looked alive out there. Ben looked alive out there. Ben जल्दी से बाहर चला गया. Look alive means to move quickly, to move quickly, to make a movement, to make a quick movement, make a quick movement, to move quickly. So phrases, sentences here. Ben looked alive out there. 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 Ben जल्दी से वहाँ बाहर चला गया. Ben जल्दी से वहाँ बाहर चला गया. Let's see the next one is keep one's nose clean. Keep one's nose clean. This is a very commonly used and a popular phrase. Keep one's nose clean. Keep one's nose clean. This is a very popular and commonly used phrasal verb. Keep one's nose clean. To keep oneself away from troubles. To remain away from troubles. To remain away from troubles. To avoid the troubles. To keep off the troubles. To keep off the troubles. To avoid troubles. To avoid troubles. To keep off the troubles. To keep oneself from troubles. So the phrase is and keeps her nose clean. 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 And अपने आप को मुश्किल से दूर रखती है. And keeps her nose clean. And keeps her nose clean. And अपने आप को मुश्किलात से दूर रखती है. And keeps her nose clean. And अपने आप को मुश्किलात से दूर रखती है. Keep and keeps herself and keeps her nose clean. And keeps her nose clean. And अपने आप को मुश्किलात से दूर रखती है. And avoids troubles and herself avoids troubles and herself avoids troubles and keeps away from troubles and keeps away from troubles. So this is also a beautiful phrase. And keeps her nose clean. And keeps her nose clean. And keeps her nose clean. And अपने आप को मुश्किलात से दूर रखती है. And अपने आप को troubles से दूर रखती है. And अपने आप को तकलीफ से दूर रखती है. Let's see the next phrasal verb. Next one is cut back. Cut back. Cut back. Cut back means to reduce, to minimize, to reduce expenditures, to minimize the expenditures, to minimize, to reduce. Cut back. Cut back means to reduce, and the phrase is government will cut back on spending. Government will cut back on spending. Government will cut back on spending. हुकूमत अखराजात में कमी लाएगी. Government will cut back on spending. हुकूमत अखराजात में कमी लाएगी. हुकूमत अखराजात में कमी लाएगी. Cut back to reduce, to minimize, to make reductions, to minimize, to make reductions, to reduce the expenditures, to minimize the expenditures, to shorten the expenditures. So cut back means to minimize, to reduce, to shorten the expenditures. And the phrase is government will cut back. Government will cut back on spendings. Government will cut back on spendings. Government अखराजात में कमी लाएगी. Government अखराजात में कमी लाएगी. Cut back means कमी लाना. To reduce the expenditures. So government will cut back. Government will cut back on expendings. Government will cut back on expendings. Government अखराजात में कमी लाएगी. Hey my students, these are very important phrases, and these phrases are commonly used in speaking as well as these are taught in academic studies. Memorize these phrasal verbs and the sentences. I wish you all the best and see you again. Goodbye.